Citizens of Super Earth and Helldivers alike, welcome back to Titan Democracy News, your news station for all democracy-related news around the galaxy. And today, we have a very special treat for you here at Titan Democracy News, as we have gotten an exclusive interview with the President of Super Earth himself, President Thynir. President Thynir, we thank you and welcome you to joining us at Titan Democracy News.
Thank you very much for having me, Titan Democracy. I appreciate the opportunity to express some thoughts.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and just dive right into it. Obviously, we have a atrocious war on three front. You took over from the previous president after the Illuminate invasion. How has the job been, and what have you been doing to help boost morale and spread democracy?
So right now, the objective for morale boosting is to achieve small victories on each individual front. Right now, Helldivers are suffering from massive diversity across all three fronts, so we're only really making progress on one front in one major order at a time, when I believe that there's more opportunity there.
Okay, absolutely. And what are you doing different from your predecessor?
Well, I think I'm a lot more combat inclined and frontlines inclined than my previous ancestors, I suppose, where they were mostly just signing documents on Super Earth. I find myself really out here with the Helldivers and meeting them face to face.
Absolutely, and that is a great morale boost to show a leader who will lead by example. Our major orders are struggling, especially as of late, even with the boost in numbers. We've obviously seen very heavy offensives on the Terminid front, especially at Oshan, especially when it came to collecting samples a few major orders ago. What would you say is, how do you respond to fears that we are falling behind in this great crusade?
Well, I say that is Illuminate dissident propaganda. Our most recent major orders have been staggering successes, with even bonus planets being claimed on top of the ones that were assigned to the Helldivers.
Absolutely.
I think we have superb success rate. The Osha Une was a true devastating failure, but I think we've bounced back really well.
Absolutely. Many divers wonder why victory percentages rise so slowly despite their sacrifices. Can you explain what progress looks like in a war of this scale?
Progress in the scale of a galactic war is minute visually, but when you're really paying attention and you're in the nitty-gritty, you sort of understand. For example, even the size of a planet has a major impact to how Super Earth controls that planet. The more Helldivers we require, the harder it is to take and control long-term, especially from our enemies that are far more numerous. But ultimately, our spirit is stronger.
Fantastic. Now, what have you seen that has especially pleased you about these new recruits in our X-Divers that have joined us recently?
So the new recruits have been very promising, but I have seen quite a bit miseducation from some fellow Helldivers and politicians, and I think a lot of the X-Divers are quite confused about where they should be in the Galactic War outside of the major order.
Absolutely.
But other than that, it's been quite promising.
Talking about supply lanes and all that. Absolutely.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, so Helldivers give their lives daily to secure Super Earth's future. Families see their loved ones swallowed by bugs, crushed by machines, or erased by Illuminate energy weapons. What assurance can you give that these sacrifices are not in vain?
The sacrifices are necessary to Super Earth's sustenance. I think that we have done really well, and I think that we have a continually declining amount of Helldiver deaths. Every Helldiver that dies buys moments for other Helldivers. Our
Absolutely.
KD ratio is rising every single day.
Absolutely. So currently, or previously, we had the Dust Devils warbond that actually released, given to us by the Ministry of Truth, including new weapons and stratagems. How confident are you that the arsenals of this proportion will continue to grow and continue to suit our Helldivers with the development of new technologies, stratagems, weapons, whatever it may be?
Well, the growth of the Helldiver arsenal has stayed steady for well over a year now, since the beginning of the Second Galactic War. And I am very confident that the arsenal will continue to expand at the currently scheduled and tested rates.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, sir. Um, I would like to ask also on the solidarity front of the push that the bugs the Terminids, the Automatons, and the Illumines have been making towards Super Earth. What is your ultimate goal in defense, especially if all three of those fronts come crashing onto Super Earth at once?
I don't believe all three of those fronts will come crashing onto Super Earth at once, mostly because we have a very dedicated Terminid fighting force that never seem to let up. I think the Terminids stand absolutely no chance. The Illuminate we know are already very thin in numbers. I think our priority should be fending off the automatons.
Okay.
But at the same time, we have a lot to do on the Illuminate front.
Fantastic. As we continue the Gloom expedition, what is your final goal for not necessarily the eradication of the Terminids, but what would you like to see done as we venture closer or deeper into the Gloom?
Well, as we venture deeper into the Gloom, we are already discovering new elements and resources. The ultimate end goal is to find new materials we can use to finally put Meridia and the Meridian black hole to an end, and we're already getting there with the new E711 element. I think if we adventure deeper into the Gloom, we could even find E712.
Okay. And obviously whispers of Cyberstan's reactivation have been pretty pertinent lately. What is your eventual vision for our assault on Cyberstan?
I think the assumptions about Cyberstan's reactivation have been highly exaggerated. I do not believe the mindless automatons are capable of anything of such caliber, especially with the extinction of the cyborg species.
Okay, fantastic. And then finally, on the Illuminate front, there has also been a lot of talk, especially amongst the Ministry of Truth, of eventually pushing the the fight to the Illuminate back to the Illuminate's home world. What would that look like in the future for our Helldivers? Would we be leaving this galaxy, or would we be just basically pushing them back through the hole and not allowing them back?
Well, of course, we want to take the fight to them one day. We want to take it to their home world and show them what they have done to us. We have already actually sent multiple probes into the Meridia black hole. The Ministry of Science has been on top of that ever since it opened up. I think we will take the fight to them some point soon.
Fantastic. What would you like to give as final words of encouragement to our Helldivers currently fighting out in all the systems on all fronts?
You are Super Earth. You matter. And your squad has always been enough, and will continue to be enough as long as you are putting your life, your glory, and your sacrifices on the line. You mean everything to me.
Okay, fantastic. And finally, Mr. President, when you look beyond the bloodshed and beyond the chaos, what is your vision for the galaxy once the war is won? What does Super Earth's victory truly mean for humanity?
It means total domination of the known universe. I mean, managed democracy, liberty, freedom. I mean, ultimate liberation of the entire known universe is what this looks like for humanity.
Fantastic. Citizens of Super Earth, you have heard it directly from the highest office in our democracy. The war is brutal, the cost is heavy, but leadership assures us that victory is inevitable. Until that day, we fight, we bleed, and we die for freedom, for democracy, and for Super Earth. And Mr. President, we thank you for your leadership and courage that you have displayed, especially since the loss of your predecessor during the Illuminate invasion. I think we can speak for all Helldivers when we say you have done a fantastic job, and anybody who speaks differently will obviously have re-education in front of in their future.
Thank you very much, Titan.
Thank you. Have a good one, sir.